Good morning, students. Hopefully, last class I had explained with respect to oxidizing agent, reducing agent, oxidation and reduction process. It is clear to you. Now, we will try to understand in this particular class with respect to separation of substances from their solution. And one of the example that we will be studying is salt from seawater. We need to separate the common salt from seawater. Now, how can we go about? Now, we know the rivers originate from the mountains and on their way, they dissolve salt and minerals present in rocks. And finally, what happens is they discharge or they release their water in the sea. Now, we very well know the rivers originate in the mountains. As the river is moving about, it takes in lot of minerals from where? From the rocks. Lot of salt and minerals it takes it from the rock as it is moving about. Then finally it will release that water along with salt and minerals into the sea. Seawater containing salt and minerals evaporate due to the heat from the sun, leaving behind salt. Now, if water evaporates continuously, what happens is finally the salt is left behind. The evaporated water condenses to form clouds and rain brings water back to the sea. This cycle is known as a water cycle. Now, once the water evaporates, it condenses to form clouds, and the clouds are the one that brings rain back to the sea, and this cycle is known as my water cycle. Concentration of salt increases gradually when concentration of salt in water reaches 35 gram per liter. No more salt gets dissolved. This is called saturation. Now we know the river takes in all the salts and minerals, and finally it gets discharged or it gives it to the sea. Now what is happening? The concentration of the salt is increasing little by little. Now finally, when the concentration of the salt reaches this 35 gram per liter, no more salt can be absorbed. Now that condition is known as saturation. Salt can be obtained from seawater by method of desalination. Now we need that salt that is dissolved in seawater. Now it can be obtained by a method known as desalination. Removal of excess salt and other minerals from water is called desalination. Important definition. Please try to remember what is desalination. In coastal regions of India, especially Gujarat, some parts of Tamil Nadu, sea water is collected in shallow pits called lagoons. Shallow means which is not deep. So that shallow pits are known as lagoons, and sea water is collected in that. As water evaporates, concentrated solution is formed. See, in that shallow lagoons, when the water is evaporating, what is left behind? Salt is left behind. The amount of water is very less. So the concentrated solution is known as my supersaturated solution. It is nothing but the amount of salt is more, whereas the water is very less. Now finally, salt separates out in the form of crystal. Now all the water will evaporate. Finally, what is left behind? Salt. Now the salt that separates out, we cannot guarantee that it is a pure salt. It is free of impurities. Now how do we purify it further? By crystallization technique. Now before we move on to crystallization technique, we need to know what is neutralization reaction. How exactly is this salt formed? When sodium hydroxide is a base when it combines with an acid, that is hydrochloric acid. A base is combining with an acid to form salt and water. The salt is sodium chloride or nothing but the common salt. Such reaction is known as my neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction is formed when an acid and a base combines to give rise to salt and water. This is how the common salt is being formed. Now let's try to understand the crystallization technique. Now we need to obtain pure salt. Now here the example what they have given in the textbook is of alum. Alum is a chemical. Now the impure alum is present and we need to obtain pure alum. Once I have explained the procedure of obtaining pure alum, I will also apply it to how we can obtain pure salt crystals. First step under crystallization. This is my crystallization technique. Take 100 ml of water in a beaker. Okay, then what are you doing to that 100 ml of water in a beaker? You are heating it till it starts boiling. Then add a small amount of impure alum powder to the water and stir with glass rod. So little by little you are adding impure alum powder to it, and using a rod, glass rod, you are stirring it so that it gets uniformly distributed. The fourth step, add more alum powder and continue doing so till alum stop dissolving in water to obtain a saturated solution of alum. Now we are constantly adding this impure alum to the water. We have to do it till we obtain a saturated solution. It means no more alum can be dissolved in that. Filter the solution using a filter paper. Once this condition has reached or saturated condition has reached, then we filter the solution, this particular solution, using a filter paper. Now once we have filtered, what do? We take a small crystal of pure alum. Now we tie it with a thread into the solution. Now what happens? Allow it to cool for 24 hours. Crystallization will start taking place. Now this is a thread. To this impure alum is attached and we are placing it, pure alum is attached. Now these are nothing but the saturated solution, okay, which has been filtered. So what happens after a while? Only pure crystals surround this pure crystal of alum. From this particular solution, we see it is getting attracted towards the pure crystal of alum. So the crystal enlarges or becomes big. So we are allowing it to cool for after 24 hours. Crystallization will take place, means crystals are being formed. Now same technique can be employed to obtain pure salt from the impure salt. Instead of taking impure alum over here, we are taking impure salt powder, okay, and instead of taking a pure alum crystal, we are taking pure salt crystal. So this is crystallization technique which can be obtained to obtain pure salt as well as large crystal of alum. And application of this crystallization: purification of salt from seawater and separation of crystals of alum from impure crystals. So these are the two applications of crystallization.